Yes, it is true. After 12 years, 9 seasons, and almost 300 episodes, Catfish has been canceled. Thank you to each and every one of you who reached out to tell me the news as soon as you found out. It warms my heart that you hear about one of your favorite shows being canceled and the first person you thought of was me. We're locked in. But for some time now, fans have suspected that the show was canceled or was on the way to get canceled after Cammy quit and Nev had his life-altering injury. I have a video specifically about her quitting and everything she had to say about that, so if you want to be all the way caught up, you should definitely watch that. There was also a lot of speculation whether the show would be returning or not because no one had really seen the crew out there filming, which is something that would typically happen leading up to a new season being released. However, many of the besties continue to see Nev in the wild, and he told a lot of you, surprisingly, that the show would be returning and they were actively filming. Nev even gave this channel, my channel, a cosign when he met one of you.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's Nev here from Catfish, and I just discovered the Jada Hope YouTube page. So if you're a fan of the show and you want to watch some incredible sort of analysis and BTS videos about the show, you gotta check out the Jada Hope YouTube page. It's amazing, she's great, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much to the bestie who sent me this, and again, love the fact that you see someone who you've been watching on TV for years, your first thought is, you need to know about Jada. Lock in with Jada. The official Catfish social media pages continue to repost content and clips of previously aired episodes as normal. In fact, they just posted a compilation, I believe it is yesterday, September 29th, which is a choice. However, speculation only continued to build when seemingly out of the blue, a real estate broker in New York announced on Facebook that they had brought on Nev as one of their newest agents. So Nev is in fact a licensed real estate agent, and some people apparently are going to put their trust in him to find them a home. I don't know if that's something personally that I would do, but somebody else out there will. So as Cammy has now transitioned into being her own boss, doing her own thing, Nev is now transitioning into doing his own thing. So people were left wondering what the heck is going on. But on September 22nd, 2025, we finally got some answers. Nev and Max posted a video across social media platforms confirming that Catfish has been canceled. Now, I, like many of you, had a lot of issues with this video, and before we really break it down and really get into it, I'm going to let you watch the video in its entirety, see if you have any issues with it for yourself, okay? And then we'll get into all the things. Boy, do I have a lot to say. If you don't want to watch the actual video on its own, you just want to skip to the breakdown, you can do that. I'll leave the timestamp down below.
Hey guys.
That's a wrap on Catfish.
So yeah, after 12 years, almost 300 episodes, and just a lot of traveling around this incredible country.
A lot of phone calls.
A lot of FaceTime.
A lot of economy flights.
A lot of reverse image searches.
A lot of Hilton Garden Inns.
Catfish has officially been canceled. Sorry.
Yeah, but maybe it's just on pause.
Well, look, the version of Catfish that we've all known.
I was about to come back.
I know, we were trying. Anyway, look, the point is, Catfish as we've known it is over, which is sad, but at the same time, what an incredible journey it's been. First of all, huge thank you to our crew.
Also, wait, hold on. First, congrats to you. No, honestly, over a decade on cable television in this day and age. I mean, like, this was it. This was the last decade in cable television, and you did it.
I did it.
With a little help from me and some other people, but congrats to you,
Well, speaking of some other people,
it's really...
thank you. I want to send a huge thank you to our crew. You guys...
Dave, John...
I mean, too many people to
Brandon,
list.
Tyler.
But the dedication, the patience, the commitment to making sure everything was exactly what it needed to be.
There was gum in the glove compartment, in the device.
Oh yeah, all of our little creature comforts. No, but seriously, the crew of this show is not only just an incredible crew. They're our family. They're some of my best friends, and I love you guys. So thank you so much for all of your incredible hard work, and of course, perhaps even most importantly, the fans.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome, and you've made the show worth continuing to do. Even though I left, you still come up to me and you tell me how much you love watching it and that you like watching it with your parents, or parents, you like watching it with your kids. Yeah. It's this family event, and I don't know, it's been really heartwarming to hear from you guys and just to know what the show means to you.
Well, and to have you share your stories with us all these years. I mean, that's what the show was. It was you guys and hopefully being helpful to all of you.
We were just facilitators.
Yeah, so thank you for being a part of this, for turning what was an idea and a documentary into a global conversation about curiosity and
mental health.
Yeah, and
happiness.
And compassion, and just really hopefully setting a higher standard for how we should treat people and treat ourselves.
Big thanks, you guys.
Thanks to everyone who had a part in this. We are so grateful to all of you. Max, I'm grateful to you for really being there from day one. And I think probably if we leave you with anything,
it won't be a scorching case of herpes.
I think if we leave you with one thing, I'm trying to be serious.
I'm sorry.
It's this. No matter what ever happens in your life.
Golden rule.
No matter how someone treats you or how angry or upset you are,
never
call someone
a fat-ass Kelly Price.
All right?
Actually, wait. Let's talk about it.
The first thing about this video that was very interesting to me is that this video was posted on Nev and Max's personal pages. There was no coinciding statement posted by MTV or even the varying Catfish social media pages. There was a lot of rambling and talking about nothing in this video. Damn. Like, girl, we do not care about the flights or the Hilton hotels that you stayed at. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Max says that maybe the show is just on pause and even throws in that just as it got canceled, he was trying to come back.
Yeah, but maybe it's just on pause. I was about to come back.
Both he and Nev were seemingly trying to save the show, trying to prevent it from being canceled. Now,
be nice. I'm finding it.
To me, it's very interesting that Max left the show years ago to pursue his own personal endeavors, and then as soon as Cammy leaves, he attempts to come back permanently on the show, but the network decides to go against it. They don't want him. They don't want the show, actually, in fact. Despite the fact for years, people have been asking for Max to come back alongside both Nev and Cammy. So I don't think they really want to do the show without Cammy. That's my personal opinion. I truly believe that after Cammy announced her departure, the network had decided that financially, the show did not make sense to continue. Keep in mind, Catfish was primarily airing on cable, and at the peak of the show, everybody had cable. Now nobody really has cable like that. But I believe that Cammy leaving would obviously cause a huge drop in viewership, and without a rise or even like a stability in viewership, it is possible that they were not making a huge profit, so it wasn't worth it. I can only imagine how expensive this show is to make because they fly the crew to multiple cities sometimes just for one episode, and the Catfish and whoever the Catfish brings with them, they film for days straight on end, and then they obviously have to edit all of that footage in an attempt to make a coherent storyline. So again, very costly, and then you're also considering everybody's salaries on top of that. I think MTV just decided it wasn't really worth it anymore. In my opinion, throughout the video, Nev and Max are speaking as if the show is not canceled for good. They're speaking as if it will just continue in a slightly different way. So either they know something we don't, or they are both very delusional. It's possible it's both. When Nev is thanking the crew and Max interrupts him to praise Nev, that was very weird to me. I think it was weird to me because Max was speaking as if Nev did this all by himself. And I'm not going to discount the fact that yes, all of this absolutely started with Nev, but I don't think that Nev is the sole reason it went on for as long as it did. I think he's a part of the reason, but I don't think he's the sole reason, and Max is making it seem like Nev is the only reason it went on for so long. Max is giving Nev all of the credit. Max then gives himself some of the credit, and then vaguely says it's also thanks to some other people.
To our crew.
Also, wait, hold on. First, congrats to you. No, honestly, over a decade on cable television in this day and age, I mean, like, this was it. This was the last decade in cable television, and you did it.
I did it.
With a little help from me and some other people.
Be fucking for real.
By some other people, do you mean Cammy?
Be fucking for real.
Let's really get into it, okay? Max left the show in August of 2018. Cammy's first guest spot on the show was also in 2018. She continued to temporarily co-host the show throughout 2019, and then became an official host of the show in 2020. Now, math has never been my strong suit. I'm not very good at math, but I'm pretty sure that this means that Max was on the show for 6 years, Cami was on the show for 7 years, meaning that technically speaking, Cami had been hosting the show both temporarily and permanently longer than Max had been hosting Catfish, period. But at this point, when I first saw the video, I said, okay, we've got another 2 minutes left in this send-off video, so maybe they're saving a special mention of Cami for the end. I thought. I was fooled. And not in a good way. Neve and Max then go out of their way to thank specific crew members by name, but interestingly, they only mentioned the male crew members.
Dave,
yeah,
John,
I mean, too many people to
Brandon,
list.
Tyler.
But,
That's odd. And there's still no mention of Cami. Neve says that the crew are more than crew. They are family, some of his best friends, and he thanks them for all of their hard work. No mention of Cami, okay? No mention of any woman who really worked on the show or helped to make the show possible.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Then Neve and Max thank the fans, and I feel like in this part, Max makes it about himself again and says that even though he left, people still approach him about the show.
Most importantly, the fans.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome, and you've made the show worth continuing to do. Even though I left, you still come up to me and you tell me how much you love watching it.
Okay. I don't care. I am definitely aware that this video comes off as hypercritical and pretty negative, but I just think that the privilege and the audacity of these two in this video is very evident, and I haven't seen anybody break it down in this way, so I feel like I need to do it because this is just very unfair. And for me, this is very frustrating because I have also been in varying situations where I've put in the work and other people, predominantly white people, white men, have gotten the credit and the acknowledgement for the work that I have done. So this just feels very unfair and I don't like it. So yeah, I don't care that people go up to Max and talk about the show. The same amount of time it took you to say that people come up and talk to you still is the same amount of time it would have taken to acknowledge Cami, and yet you didn't do that. Neve and Max then say that they were just facilitators of the fans' stories.
Hey, yo!
I'm very confused because they're speaking as if Max co-hosted the show the entire time. Last I checked, Max hadn't been there for the last 7 years. Neve then says that he hopes the show created a higher standard for how we should treat each other and how we should treat ourselves.
And just really, hopefully setting a higher standard for how we should treat people and treat ourselves.
That is so ironic and so incredibly hypocritical considering how he and Max are both treating Cami in this moment by completely erasing her. Created a higher standard for how we should treat each other.
Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye.
Okay. Neve then turns to Max and thanks him for being there since day one.
Max, I'm grateful to you for really being there from day one.
Am I missing something? Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Tell me, okay? Because Max has not been on the show for the past 7 years, besides one guest appearance for the 200th episode, and coming back to host an episode during season 9 when Cami was away. So how has he been there since day one? Quickly. And I'm speaking in the context of the show because I know they're friends, but this video is not supposed to be about friendship and them being buddy-buddy and kikiing. It's supposed to be about the show. Right, okay. We are then left with what was supposed to be a funny moment, I'm assuming, but it absolutely did not land the way they were hoping.
Probably if we leave you with anything,
It
please.
won't be a scorching case of herpes.
I think if we leave you with one thing, I'm trying to be serious. It's this. No matter what ever happens in your
rule.
life.
Golden
okay?
rule.
No matter how someone treats you or how angry or upset you are,
Never
call someone
a fat-ass Kelly Price.
The video did in fact end without any mention of Cami whatsoever. To not thank her, to not acknowledge her, to go out of your way to avoid mentioning her is very intentional and very disgusting in my humble opinion. Only after getting dragged, Neve went to the comments to give a half acknowledgement for Cami when she deserves so much better than that. Hell, she should have been a part of the send-off. In my opinion, Cami is the whole reason Catfish got its second wind. Without Cami, the show would not have gone on this long. None of the guest hosts who could have potentially become permanent hosts were hitting with the fans before Cami. People did not like the folks who the show seemed to be testing as potential new hosts nearly as much as they liked our girl, such as Neve's wife, Laura. Most people generally did not like her as a host. She did not contribute a lot. Tallulah was another regular co-host, and while she came off as very empathetic and very kind, she was not good at holding people accountable. So most of the time, when Tallulah was there, it genuinely felt like Neve was hosting the show by himself. Folks who the fans did like, such as Kimiko Glenn, Swaggy P, or Slick Woods, were obviously not interested in doing more than one episode. Cami was who the fans loved, and while many were skeptical about her at first, she was eventually able to win them over. Without Cami, I truly believe this show would have been canceled a lot sooner. Cami has not directly commented on the video or the fact that she was intentionally excluded, like she hasn't made a video herself talking about it. She's been making content as usual and has been very grateful for all of the love and the support that she has received from the fans while not receiving it from Neve or Max. She has also responded to comments on TikTok and Instagram, stating that being excluded or mistreated as a Black woman was nothing new for her, and in my opinion, these comments were somewhat alluding to the fact that Neve or Max had mistreated her at some point in the past. As of today, September 30th, 2025, Neve follows Cami, Cami does not follow Neve or Max, and Max does not follow Cami either. To me, I think the only reason Neve has not unfollowed Cami is because he's trying to do damage control. He's trying to maintain some sort of good public image so people will want to continue to work with him and for a potential reboot. But in my opinion, it's much too late for that. You told on yourself with this video, and very loudly at that. However, Cami has confirmed via Instagram comments that her and Neve's fallout was not related to their differing political beliefs, making it clear that there was some sort of fallout, but did not directly mention what it is. Many people had speculated that Cami's full support of Palestine and Palestinians put a rift between her and Neve, but she said that's not the case whatsoever. So a follower said in the comments, "I hope they haven't fallen out with you because you support Palestine. You were a great addition to the show." To which Cami responded, "Thank you. There is zero correlation with this, and I really would like for people to believe me when I say this. That is a very real issue and shouldn't be mixed up in this just because someone made it up online. Not putting this on you at all, I just need to keep repeating it until it stops spreading." I think people are entitled to think whatever they want, but this is also something that was brought up a bunch and I didn't find any proof of it. I haven't found any proof of it. So I'm not sure. This is just what Cami said on the topic. However, I will say that if this is the way they decided to treat Cami in public, I can only imagine what the treatment was like behind the scenes. Things that she may never speak about, and unfortunately, this is a very common experience for Black women to be mistreated in the workplace, to be forgotten about, and to be interacted with in this microaggressive nature, and you're expected to just take it on the chin and act like it's not bothering you. And I'm not saying that it is bothering her. However, I would understand why it would piss her off, okay? But let's be clear. Since leaving the show, and thank God she left when she did, but since leaving the show, Cami has been living her best life. Her podcast relationship is thriving and even actually won a Webby Award this year. Cami and her man are thriving. They recently bought a house together with plans to renovate, and she actually plans on documenting the renovation. So who knows, y'all? Maybe Cami and her man will get an HGTV show and she will be back on our screens before we realize. Me personally, I would love a home renovation show with a lovely Black couple. That's wonderful. I would love it. I think it would be very entertaining. And about a week after Neve and Max shaded her in this horrendous way, Cami actually got engaged to her man with an absolutely gorgeous ring and was able to immediately celebrate with her loved ones. Now, y'all know Cami and I were Scorpio sisters, okay? So one thing we're gonna do as Scorpios is take that hate and transmute it into something beautiful. I cannot wait to see what she does from here on out without anyone to downplay or diminish her contributions. The show as we know it on MTV is canceled, but according to a Variety article written on the subject, Catfish producers are shopping the series around in an attempt to get another network to pick it up and continue it. Do I think this will happen? I think that there's a big possibility. The show continued to be remotely successful towards the end. I also think that people are still getting catfished, so the show could continue forever, right? Especially with the increase of AI usage, more people than ever are getting catfished and scammed. Realistically speaking, The show could go on till the end of time, right? People are always going to want love, be desperate for love, be seeking for love in a variety of different ways. People will always be getting catfished. There have been so many movies, documentaries, and TV shows inspired by this show and the original documentary using the term catfish that Neve and his brother coined. So whether the show directly continues, I am sure we will never see the end of catfish-related content. However, I will say in 2025, there is absolutely no way that two white, cis, straight men are going to be able to host this show and have longevity, as well as the fans continue to enjoy it. This thought of mine was only confirmed by Neve and Max's very unfunny STD-related joke during the Catfish farewell video, as well as the way they ended the Catfish video.
If we leave you with anything,
It
please,
won't be a scorching case of herpes.
no matter what ever happens
Golden
in your
rule.
life,
Golden
okay?
rule.
No matter how someone treats you or how angry or upset you are,
Never
call someone
a fat-ass Kelly Price.
You didn't acknowledge Cammie, the success that she brought to the show, how the continuation of the show would not have been possible without her, and yet you're using a line that was from a black woman that pushed the show into the next level of success.
You don't find that suspicious?
Does that seem odd to anybody else? It's odd to me, but let's move on. Cammie brought a very needed perspective to the show as a black woman in America. On the show, she was socially aware. She understood the nuances that Neve and Max did not, specifically when it came to marginalized communities. And she also brought a level of empathy and compassion while still holding folks accountable that Neve and Max were either unwilling or unable to do. Back when the show first aired, they were doing a lot of techie things that others either didn't think of or didn't have access or the ability to do, such as paying for websites to do an extensive reverse image search or paying to look up someone's phone number. However, as technology continues to improve and also becomes more accessible, the tools and methods of the show are no longer exclusive. Damn near anyone can do what the show does on their own, given the time and the resources. So they're gonna need to do something to switch it up if they are going to continue. Towards the end of the show airing, it became clear that many people were there for clout-related purposes. It became very disingenuous and discouraged a lot of viewers from watching. A lot of you have even said that you stopped watching the show. Like, you don't watch regularly when the episodes were airing. Many viewers, including myself, could not understand why production would go out of their way to continually pick cases that were clearly not real. They were faked in some way. The people weren't being completely honest. I feel like a really good example of this is Arturo and Laura, where it's alleged that they knew each other before filming and they had met up before filming. Like, anyways, granted, it is reality TV, so it's never going to be 100% real, but they could have tried a little bit harder to make it seem real. If they want to come back, they are going to have to rebrand hard. Because after that send-off, people are not going to be as willing to support a potential reboot. I can tell you that right now. Neve and Max could have given the show a proper send-off, giving everyone the credit, the flowers, and the gratitude they deserve, and instead, the cancellation will be tainted by their refusal to acknowledge and thank the one woman who made it all possible for at least the last 5 years. And when I say the one woman who made it all possible, I genuinely, truly believe that the show would have been canceled a lot sooner. So obviously, yes, Neve was there hosting, all the people on the show, also the production, everybody helped. But I think had Cammie not been there, had she not given the show that kind of second wind, that breath of fresh air, I think it would have been canceled a lot sooner. Neve and Max's legacy as it pertains to Catfish will be tarnished by this blatant microaggression and erasure of everything Cammie brought to the show. A lot of y'all have been asking if I will still talk about the show. Yeah, I will. There are hundreds of episodes that we have yet to speak about, and I do love speaking about the show from a critical yet empathetic perspective, and I love talking about it with y'all. But I have been wanting to do a lot more social commentary videos, like the almost 2-hour video I recently uploaded about Netflix's Unknown Number documentary. If you haven't checked that out, you should. And just commentary on other shows and movies in general, so I hope that you enjoy watching those just as much, if not more, than the Catfish videos. Catfish getting canceled is disappointing, and yet it is also understandable. However, Neve and Max's refusal to acknowledge Cammie is not understandable whatsoever. If you made it to the end of the video, you could put a little ring emoji and a little crown emoji to celebrate Cammie's engagement and remind us all that if there's one thing a black woman is gonna do, It's thrive with or without approval and appreciation from others. I thank you so much for being here. I thank you for your patience in me getting this video out. I didn't put a video out last week because I was on vacation. I was in Antigua. I vlogged the whole thing. That'll go up at some point. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. If you like the video, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you are aware of every single time that I upload. If there's something else that you would like me to talk about, you can definitely drop it in the comments down below, or you can send me a DM here on Instagram. I love talking to y'all over there. Again, thank you so much for being here. Sending all the love to Cami. Neve and Max, get it together.